On this special occasion of the successful ending of the 60-day retreat mainly for foreign yogis, the representative of the Dhamma Foundation has given a short speech, and also the speech given by the Vice President of the Theravada Buddha Sasana Association. That is this gentleman we just talked to you. These two people have already said, so there's nothing left for him to say. They've already said what he wanted to say. Everything what he wants to say had been said. So, however, he would like to say a few words. How the practice can be rewarding, and how with the collected effort things come to a successful end. So this retreat which is just conducted at this forest meditation center has come to this successful end, and things have been accomplished in keeping with the requirements of all the yogis. It's not due to just one man's effort. It is the effort of all, including foreign and local people, donors, both in terms of moral and material support. And we can say that they are all the possessor of great knowledge, wisdom and Dhamma. Because of their assistance and cooperation, this is made successful. This has come to be successful. So, Sarah says he is very glad that it has been accomplished in this way, and he also hopes that things will be successful in future. Now this forest retreat or forest center has taken a little more than 5 years to construct to a satisfactory stage, as you see now at the forest center. And from the beginning of this center, because of the assistance of these donors who possess great karma and great wisdom, because of their assistance, the yogis, both from abroad and from local, have been coming here since it was about in the first year of its construction, of its establishment, either individually or in groups. And so far there have been continuous flow of yogis coming to the retreat, especially, to mention especially, the Dhamma Foundation has been here 2 times in groups. 2 years ago they came, and this time also, this is the second time in the year for the year 2000 and 2001. This is, in which we could say, special retreats. What he feels is that yogis are considered as worldly relatives in the worldly sense. He takes pride in being able to be relative, to become related to you all. And on top of that, you are Dhamma relatives. Now, as for the worldly relatives, although we are living in different parts of the world, geographically different, in accordance with the Buddha's teachings, we have been related in one way or another, at one time or another during this endless rounds of rebirth, samsara. Sometimes we are related in terms of father and son, or uncle and nephew, or for the women, folk, niece and auntie, mother and daughter, and so on. In this way, we've been going round and round, just like we discussed about this, the triple round, the triple cycle. So, if we take in this sense, we have been relatives at one time or another. We can say that we are all relatives, plus worldly relatives, and on top of that, since we are in the same boat, that means we are all practitioners, Dhamma practitioners, so that we are related by way of Dhamma blood. So he is very much satisfied that we are related in many ways. In this way we have been related in accordance with the Buddha's teachings, and knowing this essence of the Dhamma, we keep ourselves warm with the Dhamma so as not to cool down. And we have to strive to keep it warm all the time. Let the Dhamma blood circulate and not to freeze. It is necessary, if we have to apply warmth or heat in order to keep the blood warm and circulating, so that it circulates through the body, keep you healthy. If it cools down, then it will affect the circulation, and if it's too cool or cold, then the blood may freeze and you may contract disease and even die. So it is necessary to keep the blood warm. Blood means Dhamma blood warm in the whole body. And so too with the Buddha's teachings, the uplifting sublime Dhamma should circulate in our body. So as to circulate, we should keep ourselves warm with the practice of Satipatthana Bhavana. And it is, so he feels his duty to sustain this warm blood so as not to cool down in your bodies. So in order to keep this Dhamma blood warm, circulating in your body, it is necessary that when you go back to the social world after this retreat or after another retreat or still another retreat, depending on your retreats, one after another, in the midst of your social duties in the social world, you have to earn your livelihood, you have to look after your family and other worldly matters. Amidst that, while you are doing that, as much as you allocate time and energy on each of these assignments, on each of these social duties, it is advisable that you should make an allotment for the Dhamma practice. Out of 24 hours, just keep aside a few hours to devote to Dhamma practice, so that when you go back, of course when you go back you're hoping to be received with a big welcome, with hugs and kisses and all that. At that time you may lose your practice and you'll be gone like the wind. So as not to go like this, not to disappear, you should keep your Dhamma blood warm and keep it active. Let it move. Or keep active, keep alert, and move on. When you go back to the cold weather, and you're living in the cold weather, cold countries, it is not enough just to keep yourself warm with warm air warm air conditioning or some warm clothes, it is necessary for you to move about so as to keep your blood warm, circulating. Then only when you're active, you can keep yourself warm. So just the ordinary Dhamma warming of the Dhamma blood is not enough. You have to apply ardent energy. You have to be arduous in your practice. And to be arduous, you need strong zeal. And to have strong zeal, you must have unshakable faith, or strong faith in the about the benefits and advantages of the Satipatthana practice. Then you will be able to move about, will be active, and devoting certain hours, allocate time to the practice of the three trainings of Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Keep the Dhamma blood warm with the three trainings. Let it diffuse through your body. And as much as your heart beats, let the Dhamma beat in your blood. Now you have got these remedies to deal with these three kinds of mental diseases or madness. And we've discussed about that in three categories: the gross form, the medium form, and the refined form of defilements or mental diseases. And you have this method to remedy this, to deal with them, such as how to prevent them and how to subjugate them, control them. Well, we still, this is not enough. We need to deal with the two other aspects, namely to eradicate and uproot it. Eradicate and uproot. We need to do these things as regards your mental diseases. So when you get back to your country, get back home, you may go to these meditation centers near your town or area, or come here again. You're welcome here anytime, so that you may be able to practice to overcome these mental diseases, spiritual diseases that have been ingrained in you throughout your lifetimes. And we hope you will strive towards that effort. Especially while you are living back at home, it is necessary to be mindful, not to lose mindfulness, to deal with these nivrana kilesas, the undermining elements, torturous elements, hindrances to progress, and mental defilements. Because if the mind is weak, then you will be the loser, and always these undermining elements will be always get the upper hand. When it is necessary, it is very important that you should be strong enough, your mind should be fortified, to be strong enough to be able to overcome and get the upper hand of these undermining, torturous elements. So especially as sentient beings, we are bound to face these worldly conditions, loka dhamma, such as gain and loss, success and failure, having no following, praise and blame, and happiness and suffering. All these things, good and bad things, always come in pair, and everybody is at one time or another, or in the present time or in the future, bound to face these loka dhamma, worldly conditions, and everybody is rolling in this loka dhamma waves, becoming elated when they confirm, when they gain good things, elated about pleasant things, dejected about bad things, likes and dislikes, about desirable and undesirable, agreeable, disagreeable objects that you come across. So you need to be able to withstand the onslaught of these vicissitudes of life, to be able to balance yourself, to be equipoised, so that as a human being you should be able to overcome these nivaranas, hindrances which are torturous, which can undermine you. Instead of being tortured, instead of being overcome by these nivaranas, you should be able to balance yourself as regards these vicissitudes of life, good and bad conditions of Loka Dhamma. Feel equipoised about them. So it is necessary to possess this quality so as to live a satisfying life. If with the practice of Satipatthana you are able to sustain mindfulness, then you can prevent these mental diseases from coming to you, attacking you, and even if they come at all, you'll be able to deal with them, treat them. So you use these two methods, prevention and cure, to weaken these undermining elements, in this case the mental aspect of diseases. Once you are able to cultivate the Viriya Sati Samadhi, as they become fortified, energized, you'll be able to subjugate these mental aspect of diseases. Then you become very satisfied in your life. And in that, with practice, if you're able to cut through to knowledge, insight knowledge, beginning with the discernment of mind and body, progressing along the path, especially coming to the stage of Sankarupekkha Jnana, knowledge of the equanimity towards all formation, then you will be able to withstand all these vicissitudes of life, especially and more so if you are able to reach the stage of sanctity, attaining the path and fruit consciousness of the noble ones. With the cultivation of knowledge, your life will mature and you will be able to possess the power of resilience. With the practice or cultivation of this Viriya Sati Samadhi, you possess repelling power. You can repel because you're fortified. You can repel any undermining elements, and with Panya, wisdom, you have the power of resilience. So if you are able to nurture these two aspects, your life will become balanced, and such a quality is required for everybody.